Hello everyone, I'm Brian, welcome back. Let's go ahead and continue.
Now I understand where I had gone wrong.
I'll rewind
I
it
said,
just a little
okay,
bit.
now you answer my questions. Barter system, nothing is free. So when you got married for the first time, for our understanding, we give some, like Wi-Fi. So W1, and that husband was H1. So W1, H1 was the first marriage, yes. Then you divorce. Then again, second time you got married, W2, H2. Then third time W3, H3. So the question is, W1 is equal to W2 is equal to W3 is equal to what? Where those three wives have gone, who were miserable? Where have they gone? Think. What is the reality? I, as a mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, that is the reality, or I, as a man, is the reality? First step, Ananya Chintayantu Mam. As a man, we are never miserable. As a husband, as a father-in-law, as a brother, we are always miserable. And where they are? When my father died, where I, the son, has gone? When my wife died, I killed my wife number of times. So, when my wife died, where I, the husband, has gone? Nowhere. Because never existed. And who is miserable in this world? These non-existing entities. See, friends,
Sorry. He has a very interesting way of putting things, as in these identities. Very strange. I didn't quite understand him at first, but after hearing him a second time about it, I get what he's saying. I mean, don't get me wrong, it took me a while to get it that last time, these identities as brother, husband, and all that. Whereas the way Sadhguru said it, where he explains the fact these things are identities that are as a way of identifying, but they're not truly us, which is it's the same way he's saying it, but he says it in a different manner that perhaps a lot of other people get it, but not me. This is this is the reason why I watch so many gurus and swamis, because how they say it sometimes works for me and sometimes doesn't. And you never know who says it the most understanding to you. So it's always best to watch multiple gurus and swamis in whatever concept you're trying to understand, or just people in general too.
I, a man, with the conditioning of my father, I am a son. With the conditioning of my wife, I am a husband. With the conditioning of my son, I am a father. Have I become three? And who is miserable? These three. Think, friends. Exactly the same way. Be very attentive. We are learning Ananya Bhakti. In the same way, देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. The childhood body has come and gone, teenage has gone, middle age has gone, old age will also go, we are the same. Ananya Bhakti therefore means freedom from the fear of extinction, freedom from the fear of death. We all suffer, never because of death. We all suffer because of the fear of death. See, friends, now at this time, you are not thinking about the world. Not only that, you are not even thinking you are a man, woman, young, old. You are yourself. abiding in this experience 24/7 is Ananya Bhakti. Do we say to ourselves, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself? No. Where you have to say I love you, there is a doubt.
I was going to say there are some people out there who say that, and he's absolutely right there because there is a doubt there. I guess when you have to say something, you're trying to prove to yourself that you are that.
See? Therefore, bhakti or devotion is not a thought, it is an experience. See, my friends, so the first step in upasana leading to Ananya Bhakti is Mata Pita Bandhu Sakha Apno Nahi Koi Sadhu Sanga Baitha Baitha Lok Laj Khoi Mere To Giridhar Gopal Dusaro Na Koi. That is Ananya Bhakti. Not tabla peti. It should mean. See, when Mirabai was singing before Lord Krishna, she was not performing on the stage. Here they will be sitting with the harmonium, Hame to loot liya. And then their devotion is, they will be singing the bhajans, devotional concert. And then, Meri Chunari, re. The re goes so long, the audience gets tired and claps. And these fool things, oh, they appreciate it. No, stop it, enough. There was a singer, therefore music and devotion doesn't go together. There is one girl recently. Earlier when she was a child, she used to sing so beautiful bhajans and chanting, very lovely. Now she's grown up, she's a medical graduate, and because she has a good voice, she started learning music, all raga dvesha. And when this time I went, she was singing, and after the thing, she did namaskar, I said, hey, listen, from tomorrow onward you are not singing. Why, Swamiji? I said, no means no. You are apaswara. You do not know whether it is sa or a re. Pate baas ke jisi awaaz hai. She was shocked in her life. Nobody told her like this. Then afterwards she said, Swamiji, why did you tell? I said, do you want me to praise you? I can praise you. But do you want the truth and improve yourself? Those who are your well-wishers, they will find out your faults. Nindaka nire raake angana kuti chawai. Then I told her, earlier when you were chanting as a child, you had love for the Lord. Now you are chanting, you have love for the suras and asuras. Who wants that? See, friends. Therefore, when we are really devoted to the Lord, every experience of our life will remind us of His presence. Ananya Chintayanto Ma. Now, second important point, Ananya Bhakti. For us, when we are in front of the Lord, we are Bhakta. But when we go away, we are Vibhakta, separated from the Lord. See? No. A devotee is 24/7 devotee. He doesn't see anything else other than him. See? And it is possible, it is not impossible. Give him a chance. We suspect, give him a chance. See? And then you will come to know that He has never forsaken us. We have forsaken Him through doubt, through our arrogance. I can teach others. अपना तो सत्यानाश कर लिया. Now try to improve the world. See, friends, what I am talking to you, who is listening first? Me. Before you hear, I listen, is it not? If my words do not change me, will it change others? See, friends, Ananya chintayanto mam ye jana pariupasate paritaha, under all conditions, in all the places, under all situations. Be attentive. Where there is light, there is no darkness. Where there is faith, there is a devotee. And a devotee is the one who has no doubts about his abilities. And therefore, he is at peace under all conditions. A disturbed mind can be seen through the eyes in no time. Suspicion, doubt, confusion. I don't know it's going to happen or not. Why people are like that, But is it good with cheating and all that, People are very bad in this world. Those who want to improve the society, they are the social workers. And you know who are social workers? Those who have utterly failed in their personal life. As a result of that, they want to take revenge on the society. They become social workers.
Jeez. It's kind of harsh.
Take care of yourself. The only purpose of our life is this. In this very life, we merge in Him. And how we merge in Him? We allow Him to express through us. Devotee is a counter wherefrom Lord expresses. See? Ye jana pariupasate. And once we really mean that, you will see the change happening. All things around us.
So the thing I found pretty interesting in what he was saying earlier was non-dual devotion. And it seemed like he was talking about pure bhakti, as in without karma, jnana, or raja. And I was thinking, how do you do that? How do you show devotion without karma? Or any of the other ones? How do you show devotion by not thinking, or doing, or wisdom, or meditation? Pure Bhakti yoga. How do you do that? He's the first one that said something along those lines. I was like, or at least as far as I know, and that was kind of interesting. It seems like in this part he's going back to what the other gurus and swamis that I watched said about devoting what you do, your time, your action, your thoughts, everything. So it's going back to what's very, I think, I was wondering actually before I went back to this second part was, can you do bhakti without karma yoga? I think that's the most obvious, is bhakti and karma, because you start devoting your actions and your thoughts. Now wisdom, not necessarily. Meditation, not necessarily, but it can be. I guess you could say your prayer and your meditation can be one and the same, but are not necessarily to happen, are not really necessary, to happen. But karma and bhakti, I think, are kind of the easiest stage. But then he came up here in the very beginning was pure bhakti, no karma, no jnana, no raja. I'm like, that was very interesting. I'm not understanding that though. How do you devote yourself without the others?
You all must have experienced. When we are in the company of some people, we get extremely disturbed, agitated. You feel like, excuse me, I have to go to toilet. Better place than to sit with that person. You must have seen this. Similarly, there are Mahatmas. You don't have to ask any question, just be in their company. You get a totally different experience. It cannot be spoken of in words. Where from it comes? because they are abiding in the divinity that they are. Be attentive. A Ananya Bhakta, a devotee, totally merged in the Lord, is not someone who is special. Next important step in Ananya Bhakti. Creation or recognition of extraordinariness and speciality in us is Vedanta. It is not devotion. We have to discard all the specialities. Are we carrying less burden on our head? I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am beautiful, I am awful, I am educated, I am overeducated, I am rich, I am poor. In addition to that, I have studied scriptures. One more burden? See, friends. And this is exactly what happens. Because a bird with only one wing develops, only erudition and scholarship, and the second wing, understanding, love, sacrifice, devotion, is weak. It will keep on circling there and there. A devotee doesn't want to improve the world. A devotee sees God's way in every situation. Upanishad says, Pratibodha viditam matam. In every experience, the truth is revealed. In devotion, the truth is called as Bhagavan. In Vedanta, it is called as Brahman. See? Ananya chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. Bhagavad Gita gives us the best thing. The essence of all the Vedas is Upanishads. Essence of all the Upanishads is Bhagavad Gita. Essence of the Bhagavad Gita is 15th chapter. Essence of the 15th chapter is the 15th verse of Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. And essence of that 15th chapter is Vedaischa sarvai aham eva vidya. That's the essence. All the scriptures, whatever, whether you follow path of karma, yoga, upasana, knowledge, whatever you follow, sarvaihi vedaihi aham eva vidya. Vidya means worthy of knowing. And when we thus focus attention on our own being, then we come to know, जिसको मैं ढूंढता था गली गली वो दिल के अंदर मिली. A devotee and agitated, a devotee and frustrated, a devotee and getting insulted, then he is not a devotee. Because there is no speciality. The condition is like, if you see in your fridge, you take out the tray, ice, every ice cube has got a personality. I am comfortable only in this area. And you take out all of them, put them in a jar. Every ice cube has got its own personality. There are gaps in between. Individuality very strong. Looks ugly. But when the same ice, we don't have to do anything. When the same ice melts, all the differences disappeared. There is no speciality. Then that non-specific existence, the water, is comfortable in a petri dish, is comfortable in a test tube, is comfortable in a capillary tube. In the same manner, a devotee never gets insulted. Never expects anything that people should respect. Why people should respect? See, friends, we have to dismantle our personality. Kabir Maharaj says, जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, जब हरि है तब मैं नहीं. See, friends.
Real quick, I noticed certain quirks for certain people, and the quirk that I noticed from him is the see friends. I don't know what my quirk is. Maybe I'm so expressive with my hands. I don't know, or the pen or something. But anyways, it's very interesting. He's going here from Bhakti to the Turiya, or the Brahman. I guess that's what all paths of yoga kind of leads to, perhaps. I don't know if karma does. Karma is based on pure karma without jnana, bhakti, or raja. I think I explained this in the very beginning, but it's just pure thoughts, pure action. And I think the path to realization or to Atman in that one is just good karma, the accumulation of good karma. Then jnana, which is jnana we haven't touched up on. Bhakti, again, I don't know what it is, pure bhakti yet. I'm not exactly how you devote yourself without the others, but the duality of bhakti, where you devote your actions, your thoughts to God, where you do everything for God and all your actions are through God, doing for God. It makes sense. But pure bhakti, though, like pure karma, pure thoughts, pure actions, and that's it. You don't have to have wisdom, you don't have to have devotion. In some sense, you're devoted to making pure actions and pure thoughts, but that can be strictly karma yoga, and then you're not having to meditate. But pure bhakti, I'm not sure, still a bit lost in how that works. But him going here again with going straight for Atman. Again, I get that all these paths leads to that, but I still don't get the how do you devote yourself without karma? By the removal of personalities, which is still just, I think, well, I guess maybe not all paths. No, I do believe Jnana Yoga will be the removal of identities as well. Same thing with Raja, because kind of like Swami Sarvapriyananda talks about the four, the egos, the waker, the dreamer, the deep sleep, and well, the Turiya, which is all these have egos or identities attached to them. When you're able to remove those all to realize your true self, then you are realized.
And when I is not there, who will get miserable? Every time remember this. Whenever we are hurt, find out who is hurt. Then you will see, other than God, everything is hurt. God never gets hurt. When Yashoda Maya scolded Bhagavan Krishna, you are eating soil? I think in your last life you must have been a pig. Bhagavan Krishna thought, oh God, she understood or what? That I only took the Varaha avatar. Therefore he opened his mouth and confused the mother. When he was addressed as a pig, he didn't feel bad, because what he is not. Now apply this principle. See? Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtaha mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. I is the essence of everything and being. I alone support the jnanam, waking, smriti, the dream, apohanam, the deep sleep, and chakarat samadhi. I alone support everything.
Oh, that's weird. I did not think you'd talk about those.
Waking has come and gone, dream has come and gone, deep sleep has come and gone, samadhi begins and ends. But this substratum is one and the same. This substratum is at home, everywhere. Waking and dream doesn't add anything to me. Deep sleep and samadhi doesn't take away anything from me. This experience is living in God. There is no speciality. Therefore, a real devotee is the one who has discarded all the specialities. See, friends. Ananya chintento mam ye jana paryupasate. Then tesham nitya abhiyuktanam. Who is Ananya Bhakta? Nitya abhiyuktanam. You can be eternally associated only with that which is eternal.
So is he saying true non-duality or Bhakti Yoga, the non-duality version of it, is the removal of identities? Is that true Bhakti Yoga? But wouldn't that be jnana as well? The realization that you are not the body, you are not the father, the child, the mother, the sister, or whatever else. I figured that's what wisdom is to realize that you are not these identities. I figured that'd be jnana. Devotion would seem different. I'm still kind of lost in that. I definitely need to look at jnana yoga. That's the next path to kind of get a deep understanding. Hopefully they have videos of that, because I've always said that I was jnana, knowledge, but it's more like wisdom. Knowledge in terms of wisdom as opposed to intellect or intelligence.
See, here in this country, you must have changed your houses at least half a dozen times. Because when you come here, you are in a apartment, and then you get little money, and then you know the techniques here, how to live happily in dates. And then you leave that house, then 2 BHK. No, now we want to have bigger one. Then so much of luggage comes in the house. Then the garage is also filled. Then let us move, or let us add one more room. See? Keep on accumulating. And one day we get bored of that. I think we should clear everything. See? So can you be associated eternally with that which is not eternal? Take your own body. We cannot be associated with our body eternally. The body is not eternal. That is what Mirabai used to say, ऐसे वर को क्या वरु जो जन्मे और मर जावे. How do I get married to a man who is born and who dies? I want to marry with the one who was never born and never therefore dies, so that my saubhagya remains eternal. Nitya abhiyuktanam. And the Nitya, the eternal, is only the self. Therefore, when our understanding changes from the relative worlds and we come to discover the substratum that is supporting the total relative world, thereafter Ananya Bhakti happens. This is not a brand of bhakti. See? Then everywhere you see the same, if you understood it properly. Devotion without understanding is acrobatics, like yoga. Because I'll tell you an example. There was one student, he once asked me, he said, Swamiji, I have renounced everything now. I want to go to Gangotri, Himalayas and do meditation. I want to be like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Give up everything. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He did not do it as a performance. It was happening to him.
It's kind of weird. He said a little bit before the story about devotion without knowledge. Let's rewind it, as a matter of fact.
Give up everything. Hare to be like Gangotri, Himalaya. There was one student, because I'll tell you an example. Devotion without understanding is acrobatics. Like
devotion without understanding. Understanding I've always thought to be jnana. Again, this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. It's like, but what is pure? Is each path, can it be on its own individual, where you do not have to take other path, or is bhakti a special path that must require other paths, because you can meditate. Is bhakti the only path that is attached to every other path? So you have a devotion to meditation, a devotion to knowledge or wisdom, should I say, or a devotion to your action. But there is no true, pure bhakti path. And maybe there's perhaps no true karma, jnana, or raja path, where in order to do raja, you must have bhakti in raja, because you must be devoted to the path. Devotion must apply to each of them. So either bhakti applies to all of them, and all of them must have bhakti, or each path can be solely devoted, so you do not have to have devotion to do karma. But by following karma, you are technically being devoted. I forgot where we stopped.
Himalayas, Hare Ram, Ram.
Yeah.
It was happening to him. But when he read, it's a very beautiful publication from Gita Press about his life, brought out in 5 volumes. If you're interested, do read it. It's a very good one. So he read, he got inspired. And then I said, okay, if you have to go, you go, but I'll give you some money and give some work, so that you are going for the work, I can justify giving you money. And then I told, we are coming, so many students by the train, you arrange a bus to go to Gangotri, and you also come with us, because you already gone earlier, arrange everything. So when we reached there, he came, he received us, bus was organized, everything was done. I said, you are? He said, no, I am not coming. He said, why? Oh, Gangotri is very cold. Then I asked him, what happened to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Please remember, spiritual life is not a mimicry. Find out what is suitable for you. Because somebody is doing meditation. Somebody is doing yoga, I will do yoga. Somebody is doing vipassana, I will do vipassana. Somebody is studying scripture, I will study. अपनी औकात पहचानो. See, friends, this I is so strong and so shameless. Like the house fly, what is called as Musca domestica, whether it is a dirt, it will go and land on that. Next, other place there is Prasada Bhagwan, it will go and land on the Prasad. Then third place, it is a beautiful flower, it will go and land on the flower. Third place, it is the dog's shit, it will go and sit over. No discrimination. Exactly the same way.
It's quite blunt with that.
This housefly ego is like that. We are not only very egoistic of our achievements, but also equally egoistic about our failures. I am not rich like you, I am a poor one. That is also equally ego. Because the one who is egoistic because of wealth and the other one is egoistic because of poverty, both of them are carrying the burden of only one conditioning, that is wealth. See, friends, and therefore, Ananya Chintento Mame Jana Pariyo Tesham Nityabhiyuktana, he who is associated with his own divine being all the time, Nityabhiyuktana. That is Ananya Bhakti.
So Ananya Bhakti is basically answering the question of who am I, your true self, the Turiya. But I thought most path leads to that, and Jnana leads to that, Raja leads to that, Bhakti leads to that, but I don't know about karma. I mean, I don't know about karma, honestly. Good thoughts, good deeds, good actions. Is that just meant to, once you accumulate enough, you would just automatically ascend without having to have self-realization?
Now the question is, whether we have the devotion or not, how do we know? What are the symptoms? When we go to the doctor, unless we are Indians, we don't tell the doctor the disease that we have. Indians will go to the doctor and say, Doctor साहब जरा इंजेक्शन लगा दो यार, जरा टेम्परेचर बढ़ रहा. अरे, let him see what is happening. See? So, we go to the doctor, we do not tell him the disease. Then what we tell him? We tell him the symptoms. From the symptoms, he deducts what could be the possibility of the disease. See? Only symptoms tell. This is how I came to know this sweet girl. Many years before, when we were having a retreat somewhere, I came from West Coast, I was very tired. And after the first lecture, I was standing like this, because the back was paining. Oh, like that. So she came. I didn't know who is she. She said, Swamiji, excuse me. I said, you excuse me first. Then I asked her, are you a nephrologist? How do you know? I said, don't worry about it. Now go ahead. He said, no, I came because there may be some kidney problem for you because you are standing like this. So she is trained only this. Whenever anybody stands with the hands on the this thing, back pressure, is a kidney stone. Then I told Panduranga in Pandharpur is having eternal kidney stone. See, from the symptoms arrive at the disease. Exactly. If Ananya Bhakta, that unqualified devotion has happened, what are the symptoms? Symptoms are the promise given by the Lord, we trust. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I shall take care of your needs and I shall protect whatever is required to be protected. These are the two things after which our whole life is wasted. Yoga, what we don't have, we want to accumulate. Put efforts. Kshema, what we have, we want to protect, put efforts. The whole life is a struggle, struggle, struggle. And he told very clearly, Yoga kshemam vahamyam. No, it is okay, but we have to put efforts. See, friends. Therefore, once this Ananya Bhakti is inaugurated in our heart, the following symptoms are natural. Number one, we do not treat ourselves to be extraordinary. Drop that extra. As much we are concerned about our physical figure, in the same manner, fat ego is a burden that we carry. Let the ego be properly having 36, 24, 36. Not like a drum, 62, 62, 62. Ego. Then what will happen? See, if I am devotee of the Lord, it is also ego. If I am devotee of the Lord, how can I insult others? If I am a devotee of the Lord, how can I expect respect from others? If I am a devotee of the Lord, how can I teach the Lord? Can we teach the Lord? We cannot. There was one lady from USA only. She is a doctor by profession. This happened in Delhi. She came to Delhi and she knew that my talks are going on. So she came, and then second day or third day she said, Swamiji, I want to come with you for breakfast. I said, come. I cook myself. You will have to suffer whatever I cook. He said, okay, I'll come. She came. And after breakfast, she said, Swamiji, I want to talk to you something. I said, start. Then she started telling her story. My father was having some heart problem. When I came to know, I rushed over here. And when I came, he came to the airport, hugged me, kissed me, got me into the car, and we came home. And so lively he was. And as you know, probably, that he drinks, he smokes, and he eats non-vegetarian and all that. He has no interest in anything like going to temple or Gita and all that. But because of the heart problem, he was to be operated. But now I don't know what happened. Last 2 days, he is avoiding me in our own house. When I go to his room, he will find out some excuse and go to other room. When I want to talk to him, he will take his phone and excuse me. Whether he is talking or listening, God knows. But straight away he was avoiding. And I am getting so hurt, why this is happening? I said, I don't know, you can straight away ask him. But if you ask me, I can only imagine. What? I know you have been studying Gita, Upanishad in USA, yes. After having come over here, you must have started teaching your father. Dad, now this is the time you should now study Upanishad. You should study Gita. You should not drink. You should not smoke. Oh God, Swamiji, how do you know? I said, this is only because whenever the food is not digested properly, assimilated, and metabolize, it comes out in the wrong way. It is called as ulti, not siddhi. Undigested knowledge is start giving upadesh even to elders. Elders are in this world as an altar of reverence for us. Those people who do not have an altar of reverence in their life, they are most unfortunate, poorer than the poorest. Why this happens? Because without digestion, talking Vedanta is the cheapest thing in the world. Any Tom, Dick and Harry like me can talk. We have to start living that. Vedanta lived in life ultimately leads to Ananya Bhakti. It is said, the culmination of knowledge is devotion, and the perfection in devotion is knowledge. See, friends, they are not two. Words are two. In devotion, I disappears. In knowledge, he only remains.
So in this one, is he actually combining Jnana and Bhakti Yoga? Whenever he was making the list of, was it karma, and then he gave a different name for something else. I don't know what the other one is. I'm unfamiliar with that term. I'm assuming it's either Raja or Jnana. But perhaps maybe he listed only 3 things, and karma being one, the other one being Raja, which is meditation, and then the third one being Bhakti, but mixed with Jnana. Devotion to wisdom, devotion to self-awareness, devotion to find out who you truly are. If that's the case, then I understand most of this video where he's talking about finding one's true self, the Turiya. I've always thought Jnana to be wisdom in terms of how you realize yourself. Bhakti to be devotion, but devotion into what? Karma, Jnana, Raja?
Meaning is the same. And this Ananya Bhakti is possible only when
Ananya. I don't know what Ananya means, Bhakti. But I know Jnana has different names for it. And I think, no, Ananya means non-duality, non-dual devotion. Never mind. I thought maybe Ananya might be like Jnana Bhakti. Because I know Jnana, I think, does have some different names to it. Never mind, I was wrong.
These both knowledge and practice go hand in hand. Thereafter, we will not do anything to get anything, but we will do everything happily. Devotion expresses only as happiness. Knowledge expresses only as happiness. A devotee who is frustrated, he is not a devotee at all. Simply tabla peti jehi bidhi rakhe ram tehi bidhi rahiye, nothing happens. See, my friends, this is Ananya Bhakti. Yogakshemam Mahamam, he has taken care of. अब तक तो निभाया है, आगे भी निभा लेंगे. देखो संतो, the net result, bottom line, you are at peace with yourself. And when you are at peace with yourself, you are at peace with the whole world. How simple it is. If we are at war with ourselves, we cannot be at peace with the world. You must have seen, God has created this world for time pass and fun. There is no purpose. So what he does, he brings two opposite poles, cathode and anode, together. See? One is called as wife, other is called as husband. They come together. Now they are opposite poles. If the wife is a happy-go-lucky pan eater from Bengal, all the time eating pan and talking, and the husband is a perfectionist, when these two people come together, the whole life is only this. And there is a fun in that. Now, similarly, one lady, she asked me in Bombay, Swamiji, you always make fun of us, the married people, always husband-wife jokes. Get married and show how to be happy? Look here. So marriage is a license to be miserable. Tathastu. A happy person will never be miserable if others are miserable. But a miserable person will be more miserable if somebody is happy. आपको क्या होता है? अरे यार, why you worry about me? Think, friends. Therefore, how do we know that Ananya Bhakti has happened to us? We are at peace with ourselves. ना काहू से दोस्ती, ना काहू से बैर. See, a devotee doesn't differentiate apna paraya. See, my friends. And when this Ananya Bhakti happens, Ananya Bhakti is like what? Like a generic product. Apply any label, fits everywhere. See? The moment you have got a brand, you are gone. You cannot be a devotee. A devotee doesn't have a brand. You will see the brands, and I enjoy that. Some people will come and say, Swamiji, Om Namah Shivaya. Then I say, Jai Shri Ram. Swamiji, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Shri Ram. Because the Om Namah Shivaya brand, Jai Shri Ram band. Then you go to Gujarat. They will say, Swamiji, Jai Shri Krishna. Then I say, Hari Om. Swamiji, Jai Shri Krishna, Hari Om. Then you go to the third brand. They had Hari Om brand. Swamiji, Hari Om. To them I say, Sai Ram. Swamiji, Hari Om, Sai Ram. Such branded spirituality is not Ananya Bhakti. See, friends, does water have a brand? Does air has a brand?
Sorry when he said that. I mean, kinda in the United States, there's different brands of water. You got Dasani and Pure Life and from Nestle and I'm sure there's others. There's the city brand water called the tap water. Same with air. When you go swimming, you have different brands of air.
The space has a brand. Can love has a brand?
Mm-hmm.
One lady in Bombay asked me one day, Swamiji, please help me. I said, I don't give money to anybody. No, not that way. I really love you. Sometime I feel you are my child. Sometime I feel you are my brother. Sometime I feel you are my father. I don't know what I should address you. So I told her, प्यार को प्यार ही रहने दो, रिश्तों के नाम न दो. Love with a label is attachment. Love without a label is pure love. We all suffer, not because of love, because of attachment. And this has gone so wild, like the virus. Everywhere the same thing. Once I was on Bombay airport, sitting for my flight, waiting. One gentleman, Sindhi gentleman, he came. He said, "Can I sit here?" I said, "I don't know whether you can sit or not." How do I know whether somebody can sit or not? I'll sit. I said, "Sit down." He sat. He said, "Who is your guru?" Because Babaji means he must have a guru, brand has to be there. So I touched his feet. Guru Maharaj, you are my guru. What is your name? I said, just now you called me Babaji. Babaji is my name.
It's kind of funny. It's being a little technical there with the English language. Can I sit here as an ability to, as opposed to say, may I sit here?
He said, you are the second one who came in my life. And then the first one, in Vrindavan, there was one Swami Sharananandaji Maharaj. He was Pragya Chakshu, totally devoted to the Lord. When he was blind, he moved all the Badri Kedar Char Dham Yatra 5 times all alone. Ananya Chintento Mam Ye Jana Pariyupasate. Like Bhagavan Dattatreya had 24 gurus. For me, you are all my gurus. From every one of you, I have learned. Don't be a poor one. एक किच गुरु बड़ी मुश्किल से मिला पकड़ के रखो. No. Learn from everything, from everybody. And this process of learning should never stop. Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to say, never take a position of a guru in life. Remain as a seeker of truth till death. The moment you become a guru, all the doors of wisdom are closed. See? And with that, you move in this world. Your vision will be totally different. So without the change in the vision, Ananya Bhakti cannot happen. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Okay, so interesting. So was he trying to, or at least in terms of, I'm not reacted to too many of his videos, so I don't know if Jnana is in fact a yoga, and from his teachings. Perhaps Bhakti and Jnana are one and the same, or maybe, perhaps I'm not understanding correctly, maybe he's combining Bhakti and Jnana. Non-dual devotion. Ananya Bhakti, the non-dual devotion. So let me know, like, is he combining Jnana and Bhakti? How is true Bhakti without the different path, karma, Jnana, or Raja? Or is Bhakti a path that must be associated with one of the other three? You must have devotion in your karma, your actions and thoughts. You must have a devotion into your, karma. Devotion to Jnana, which is your devotion to wisdom to find out one's true self. Or devotion to Raja, devotion to your meditation, to quiet the mind, the actions, the thoughts, the emotions, so you can focus. Is Bhakti that one that must be associated with everything? Can Bhakti be by itself? Is he here explaining that Bhakti and Jnana are one and the same, or are you incorporating Jnana and Bhakti together? Let me know. Whenever I think of it in the sense of Jnana and Bhakti, a lot of what he's saying starts to make sense. But pure Bhakti alone is confusing because it seems to associate a lot of wisdom, Jnana Yoga into it. So anyways, that's my reaction to Ananya Bhakti, the non-dual devotion. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.